What's up, you guys? In this video, we're going to talk about starting a business in 2023, what you need to consider and what you need to think about. I made a list of things that you should go over. And on my channel, I typically talk about a lot of business advice. So I thought that why not make an updated video that's going to give you a bit of advice on starting a business. So let's get into this video. And now, if you like videos like this, like it, subscribe. Let's get into it. All right, first thing about starting a business, and I've had many guests on my podcast, The Ideal Hour, check it out, but a lot of them talk about solving a problem. You need to be able to solve some type of problem, whether that problem is providing someone a service much faster, much cleaner, much cheaper, whatever it be. That's something you need to consider. What problem are you going to solve for the client, or how you're going to help them with that problem, and how are you going to get money from them? 2, who's your target market? A lot of people start a business, they don't even have a business plan. I was one of those individuals when I was younger. But who's your target market? Who are you going to sell to? Who are you going to advertise to? How are they going to receive your product, your message, etc.? All that has to be considered. Your business model, which is your business plan. How are you going to compare yourself to, say, others? What's your business plan to beat the competition? How are you going to go to launch point, the exit point? Who's going to play what part, especially if you have partners? What are the roles you guys are going to share? How long are you going to give into this business? How much money are you going to invest? Shares, percentages, time. What's going to happen if this business explodes or fails? Who's going to carry what weight? Does someone have a girlfriend that they don't want to do work? You name it, all these are variables. You also, if going into a partnership, you should check out my partnership videos. Your competition and competitors. I think this is very important to start a business. Oftentimes, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You kind of see what these people are doing, and you try to better it, right? You don't want to reinvent the wheel. If you can, you're going to be a multimillionaire if you reinvent the wheel, but there's also a big risk of failure. So always follow someone that does well, get a mentor, and they're going to guide you through the process. Hire the right people to take you to that next level. I've talked about this one, the importance of having a good team. There's a video coming out on it, and I'm starting to learn that more and more as I get older. Having people that are experienced, that are really skilled in what they do, are just going to up you to the next level. Make sure you hire the right people with the right team that you put together to make sure that you're on top. Things to avoid in a business startup, okay? So if you're starting a business, here are some things you should be avoiding. So not doing your research. This is a big one. A lot of people talk, well, they're sitting at a bar, their coffee shop, and they go, let's start this up. Let's see what this is all about. Let's get into this. Let's get into that. But they don't do enough research before they commit. So they all of a sudden will go ahead and start this business, start this idea, put a lot of time in it, sometimes money, without really doing research if this topic, business, has a problem that you're solving, or if it is even profitable, okay? So before you start a business, do your market research. Know what your competitors are doing. If you have someone in the family or friends that are in a similar business, maybe a friend in a different area, in a different state it is in the business, ask them, say, hey, how is that optics company doing? Or how is your dental practice doing out here? I want to start my own dental practice. How's your law firm for injury law doing in the state of Arizona? Should I do that in California, etc.? You name it. And once you get their advice, you're going to know a little bit more about the business. Not having enough money is a big one. When you don't have enough money to start a business for the initial startup costs, you're going to fail. So you always have to have some money. You don't have to have through the roof money, but you should have money to carry you over 6 months. Now, depending on whether or not you're starting this business and you are paying yourself, not paying yourself, renting a place, not renting a place, there's all these variables, but you got to have enough money to carry you over for a while. Not having a clear business plan is just going to fail you. So having a business plan, sit down with someone that knows about business plans, write it out, maybe even use a program to help you write it out, or look online that's going to create a business plan for you that you may want to follow, and that'll give you some pivoting points and points of return. So if you go off course, you know where to start back up at. Not being flexible is a big one in business. If you're going to have a partner, if you're going to have a business, you got to be flexible, not only with your time, but with your money. The business world constantly changes. You better be ready to pivot, try something new, try something else. When I first started a marketing company, we were doing something completely different than we are today. And that's because I pivoted during the pandemic and shifted and created this podcast and media company. One thing that you don't want to do is give up. If you're starting a business, unless you're losing money through the teeth, you don't give up. You're going to have bad months, good months. You're going to have months where you feel like you failed, but not giving up is essential and you got to keep going. So let's look at some things that will make you successful in business. One, passion. You got to be passionate about what you're doing or why you're calling yourself an entrepreneur. There are so many entrepreneurs on YouTube that have never done a business. There are so many of them on Instagram that have never owned a property, act like they know everything, but they've never been battle tested. A battle tested shark or lion goes far beyond in anything that they do, in my opinion, than anyone that talks a big game. Remember, there are salespeople in life and their job is to convince you to believe everything they say, but you got to be battle tested. You got to be passionate about being an entrepreneur, because I'll tell you this much, it's a grind and it's not always what they make it seem on social media, champagne and popping bottles and the girls around and you're getting on a private plane. That stuff doesn't exist. A lot of the people that are doing that are probably 6 days a week in their office just planning for that one trip a week, if that, or a month, etc. All that glam, that's not what entrepreneurialism is about. That's not the core of it. That's not the foundation. The foundation is grind, it's pain, it's really pushing things through. The end result is popping a champagne bottle, which, if you ask a lot of business entrepreneurs and real business people, seldom happens. They celebrate victories, but they don't do it every weekend. Not that I know of. And keep in mind, when you're running a company and if the company has a lot of people, you get tired, okay? If you're a very high up celebrity, you may want quiet time during those weekends. If you're a brand ambassador, maybe the last thing you want to do is go out at night. So starting a business is hard work. This is not meant to discourage you. I think you should do it in this year or the next year, but it's not easy, okay? So you got to get that through your head. This one goes above and beyond. Hard work. I've seen so many people come to me with business ideas. I'm going to start this idea. I'm going to start that idea. I'm going to start this idea. I'm going to start that idea. I'm going to start this idea. And it's like, what are you talking about? Where's your work ethic on the 10 other ideas that you've had or you haven't started? Where's your work ethic for the company that you're working for? What are you doing at home that's above and beyond? Starting a business requires hard work through and through. Look at Elon Musk as a prime example. The guy starts a business. He sleeps in his office. He's a freaking billionaire. You think Elon Musk can't be on a goddamn yacht somewhere? He could be on a yacht with anyone you could picture, with a party, with helicopters, with jets flying by, jet skis, bikinis, you name it. The guy chooses to grind out and work, and that's why he's successful. Hard work, sleeping in your office, putting in 12 hours, sleeping 4 hours a day, getting up, putting on your outfit and doing another Instagram video or whatever. All this is hard work. So starting a business is hard work, and you better be ready and be prepared for it. Perseverance. A lot of people don't talk about this. Grit comes alongside with that. In business, there are so many setbacks. There are so many delays. There are so many no's. The one thing I've learned is people will tell you no, and you got to just brush them off and move on. I've been told no all my life. No, you can't have this. No, you can't have that. No, you won't own that. And people don't believe in you at all. The only person that should believe in you, that you want to believe in you, in fact, I will say there's two people, is you, and the second person will be your significant other. And that's very important, because if you start a business and your significant other, whoever that may be, is not with it, guess what? You're not going to get anywhere. They're going to distract you. You're going to be distracted. You're going to be mentally exhausted. You're going to want to quit. They're going to encourage you to quit. Dead. You won't achieve any goals if you don't have someone supporting you at home. Now, if you're single, you're at battle with yourself. Get it done, grind out until you find that partner. But if you find that partner that you love, you better have the qualities in that partner that's going to encourage you, okay? So to sum it up, if you're going to start a business, get ready to work. Get ready to give up some things such as soccer games and all the fun stuff, a weekend away, because your business is going to require your attention. A business is like a baby. You're going to treat this baby, you're going to watch it grow, and then the baby's going to get older, then it's going to need even more attention. Then you're going to need to make sure this baby is doing well, becomes a toddler, a kid, then it grows, and then one day you send it off to college, which is an exit. So it's like having a child. A business is like having a child. A business is also a marriage. You're married to your business. You breathe, eat, sleep with your business. You take it home. A lot of people that are thinking, well, I'm going to start a business this year. Are you ready to not do the 9 to 5? There's no 5 o'clock, go have a beer, go ride your bike, whatever it is. You're going to be working on days that you need to be working. That's really simply what it is, on the weekends. So overall, if you're going to get into it, which I encourage you to do, because the upside of it is so much higher, it's the only way you're going to become a millionaire, in my opinion. It's the only way you're going to go ahead and better yourself and your family situation and your kids' situation and pass something down. You're not going to do that working for someone else or at a big company. So in my opinion, it's the only way. But if you're willing to take that path to better your life and your family situation, you better be willing to put in the work. And if you don't, you're going to get nowhere and potentially lose money. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, check out the Ideal Hour podcast, a podcast I have for investment, finance, entrepreneurship, and everything fun in between. I have some great guests that contribute to the Ideal Hour, and they really know what they're talking about, and I handpick those guests. So I hope you enjoy that podcast that I put out once a week. Check it out on my channel's link, and also subscribe to that podcast if you wish to do so. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'll check you guys here in the next video.